What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Comics Advice. Today, man, we're going over Nightwing issue 136 right here. New issue comes out, I think, in 2 days, right? On Wednesday, new comic book day. This issue was so good, even though I don't know how late I am, I wanted to go over it to kind of give you guys a preview of what's to come. So without further ado, man, let's jump into it. The crossroads start here, Nightwing, alright. One thing that has changed is you got Dennis Cohen on the art. Art's incredible. Let's jump into this thing. Start right here. You got Nightwing in the shadows, and you got, is it him? I swear, they're like, you're full of it. It is. Nah, Dick Grayson's like a millionaire at least. There's no way he's slumming it in a block like ours. He lives in a penthouse somewhere, right? Maybe it fell down during the quake like Titan's Tower and all those other places. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of money anymore. Alright. There's no way Nightwing is dressed in a hood like this. Like, yeah, right, Dick Grayson, an apartment block like this, you're full of it. But as you can see, it's Dick Grayson. In cities, we wrap ourselves in concrete and steel. They make us a promise of protection, of permanence. As a child, I never felt that. I grew up in the circus, rising to a new horizon every morning, and so these unmalleable places that cannot sway in the wind seemed stagnant, fossilized, dead. But in the years since, I've learned that even those elements we think of as unbreakable are actually fragile as well, alright? See Nightwing right here. Every place is changing all the time. We can only try and keep up. So you can see Nightwing's definitely in his feelings right here, alright? It still feels strange behind the wheel of a car rather than above the rooftop. So we're going to get to why in a second. Like my wings have been clipped. But today, Blüdhaven is being remade once more. In the wake of tragedy, of structural collapse, and mass evacuation, the people have returned to find their city has shifted underfoot. To understand how my home is changing, I have to see it from the same angle as everyone else who lives here, hence the car right here no longer on the rooftops, right? And that's because there's a huge superhighway right here. The new mayor has decided to resculpt Blüdhaven in his own image. He built a superhighway through the heart of the town, turning once walkable neighborhoods into places only ever seen through a windshield, hence why Nightwing is now in a car. But as you can see, Blüdhaven, where all those buildings used to be, is now just a bunch of roads with cars on them and everything else. With all that being said, the mayor claims it will breathe new life into Blüdhaven, make us a hub for trade and business to rival Gotham. Essentially, it's going to bring in the money. There have been 34 confirmed deaths on the superhighway already, and I have been hearing rumors, disappearances, strange sightings, and it's kind of this ghost, maybe not ghost, right? Girls standing right here in the middle of the road, things where they should not be, crazy, as some people yell out. Like I said before, you got the ghost kind of walking. Now, something I did notice was the hat right here. Is this kind of a Static Shock? If you look at the logos, look pretty close. I'm not saying it's him, but I'm saying the logos look pretty close. It's kind of a sleek image. I don't think we see it again, but something to keep your eye on as we start this new arc of Nightwing. And you got Nightwing yelling out, "Hey, you're trying to get to Big Belly Burger. I think you took a wrong turn. Trying to joke around, not come off too strong." Proceeds to ask if she needs a ride. No rush, but I'm pretty liable to get rear-ended here. I'm Nightwing. Where to? The crossroads, she says. Nightwing's like the junction? Right? Boy, this is some traffic, huh? We could be stuck here a hot minute. Funny, isn't it? All these people, must be a couple hundred of us? All such in close proximity, but unable to talk. Sealed off from each other. It's kind of lonely. However, not you and me, though, so let's talk, alright? I'll get us started, shall I? Because I gotta admit, I'm kind of curious. There's no sidewalk for 3 miles in either direction you were walking. In the other direction, 6 miles, no gas stations or rest stops or anything. So I'm just wondering where you appeared from and where you were going. See, I listen to the police radio pretty often. It's not great to sing along to, but it keeps me up to date on current events. A few hours ago, a trucker called 911 claiming he picked up a woman walking down the highway. He said she looked to be in some distress, but then she attacked him with a blade. He said she was talking about witches. He defended himself and came away with only minor injuries. The woman ran. All just to say you got to be careful out there. You never know what people are thinking. Apparently, sometimes it's all about witches. And after he says that, bang, she shows this kind of blade, sorcerer type thing. And she goes, they used to bury us at crossroads. Do you know what that was like? You will. Alright, and you see the blade kind of closer up right here. Love the artwork. Okay, you don't need to do that. I'm trying to help you. Something has happened to you. That's clear. So you can see Nightwing went from joking around to now it's like, okay, how do I keep myself alive in this situation? He's like, the traffic's moving. I have to drive, okay? I think you might be disassociating. Your mind's creating a mythic narrative that's more palatable than something that's actually taken place. And for this fantasy to be better than the truth, I'm sorry for whatever has been done to you. The good news is, though, it doesn't seem like you've done anything you can't undo, aka, please don't do anything stupid. Please don't do anything stupid. The trucker's fine and you haven't hurt me. Not yet. And this is where she just unleashes. And she goes, oh man of Blüdhaven, it was men like you who came here from night here, accused us, sham trials, painful ones. When they finally execute us, it has sometimes felt like a mercy, but it wasn't. And then they bury us at the crossroads. No gravestone, no grace, no comfort. I was hoping to kind of read the signs right there. Not a lot there. And you can see tears coming down. To be forgotten. Those marks on your arms, those scars, they could be track marks or hesitation marks. Either way, they indicate a difficult life. One in which you might have found yourself institutionalized against your will somehow, with those places meant to help people mostly only hold them until the money runs out, then spit them out onto the street. You can only imagine what that would be like, to be forcibly ripped from your home and taken to a place you did not want to be, then being ejected from it, made to find your own way back. Arriving to where home should be, only to find a highway where your house is meant to stand, right? So Nightwing's basically saying her home was once a home, right? But now the mayor put that new highway there, and her home was no longer a home, right? It would be enough to unmoor anyone from the world. She proceeds to say they burned us or they hanged us from trees. The thorns stung as we scrambled up the ropes. They stung, and they stung. They buried us at the crossroads because even in death, they were so afraid of us. So if that we rose again, our souls would be confused that they could not find their way home. But we will, man of Blüdhaven. Once you know how we felt, we can find our way home. An interesting part here is that she starts to bleed from her eyes as she's kind of telling the story. Nightwing's like, you're bleeding, damn it, you're bleeding. Hold tight, I've got to get you to the hospital. Now this is where everything breaks loose. You see the blood coming out of the eyes, so I don't know what exactly is going on here, right? And they go, it's the site of the off-ramp that does it, the prospect of leaving the highway, the road she thinks that should take her home. So now it's like, you're trying to control me, you're trying to take me away from my home, and she's going to go ballistic, right? Ends up lashing Dick's neck right there. Tries to take the wheel, right? And if somebody tries to take the wheel and you're driving on the highway 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, and a nice muscle car like this, oh man. Oh man. And Nightwing's gonna crash, what you see right here. And he's like, it all happened under 9 seconds. I know because I've counted them out over and over and over again. 9 seconds, I think I'll count out each day for the rest of my life. What could I have done differently? How could I have stopped it once it began? Could I have saved lives? Could I have willed harder enough to overcome the laws of Newton's physics? But every scenario I run in my head ends in the same way. You see the wreck caused right here, right? When she takes the wheel, I mean, everything is just destroyed. Obviously, Nightwing's going to escape. Scathed up a little bit, as you can see right there. Goes on to help other people out. Alright, he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't. She, please just stay still. I'm going to help, but there are others. The woman in my car, she'll still be, she might still be. She's not. She is gone. As if she was never there, right? So now it looks bad on Nightwing, because it's like, you said somebody was in the car, but nobody's in the car with you. Who is this person, right? 9 people died tonight. on the Blüdhaven superhighway. Ooh, it just keeps getting worse. 9 people for whom the promise of concrete and steel prison cells to be lies, right? Concrete and steel was supposed to be a stable environment, not fragile. There is something wrong with the Blüdhaven superhighway. There really is a witch who walks it. There must be. Or else, this was all my fault. I liked it. From beginning to end, this was perfect to me. You got Nightwing walking in the city, kind of talking about the highway and what it's supposed to bring to the city. And then you quickly see that the highway isn't meant for everyday people. It's meant for the people who don't have to take the highway, if you get where I'm going. Alright, so stay tuned. Part 2, I believe, of this arc comes out Wednesday. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Stay tuned. Comics Devices out. I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.